I almost threw this old PC away until I installed AtlasOS. Here's the thing, computer hardware doesn't magically get slower over time. So why do we keep throwing old PCs away, upgrading them, or spending money on new ones? A big part of the problem is software. Every new Windows update seems to add more features, more background services, and more stuff most people never asked for. And all of that can come at the cost of performance. So before I retire this old machine for good, I want to give it one last chance. This time with a new contender, AtlasOS. Let's see if we can get this little puppy running smooth again.
Okay, let's go.
Our adventure starts with a very ordinary office PC, and honestly, keeping old electronics out of landfills is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this video in the first place. This is the HP Compaq 8200 Elite SFF. It looked pretty rough when I got it, so I gave it a fresh glossy paint job to make it a little more presentable. Now seems like a good time to talk about the specs. Inside, it packs an Intel i5 2500 and just 4 GB of RAM. And as you might have guessed, there's no dedicated graphics card either. What's interesting is that you can pick one of these up for as little as 30 bucks, but almost nobody wants them anymore because they're simply too slow to keep up with modern computing. So here's the challenge, I'm not going to spend a single dollar upgrading this machine. Instead, we're going to find out whether installing AtlasOS can truly bring this old PC back to life. And more importantly, whether it can actually outperform a standard Windows installation on the exact same hardware. Alright, so what exactly is AtlasOS? Well, it's not actually a standalone operating system. It's a heavily tweaked version of Windows designed to strip away unnecessary background tasks, making your PC run faster and feel way more responsive than stock Windows. However, AtlasOS doesn't come as a pre-modded ISO file, instead it's a toolkit that you apply directly on top of a clean, official Windows installation. On the Atlas homepage, clicking Get Started redirects us to their guide page. They're honestly super thorough. Everything you need is right here with detailed information and a complete step-by-step guide. There are two ways to install AtlasOS: Playbook and ISO injection. I'm going with the first option since it's much easier and doesn't require a ton of technical experience. Oh, we ran into a slight hiccup with the installation guide. Currently, the AtlasOS homepage only provides instructions for Windows 11. But here's the thing, this old HP machine of mine is way too outdated to officially meet the requirements for Windows 11. Basically, the installation process between Windows 10 and 11 isn't all that different anyway. So today, I'll be installing AtlasOS on Windows 10. The first step is performing a clean install of Windows. We can just use an official ISO file straight from Microsoft. I'm downloading the official Windows 1022 H2 ISO, which happens to be the final version of Windows 10 ever released. Oh come on, why is there no download button here, Mr. Microsoft? Ah, I see. The website detects that we're accessing it from a Windows 10 device, so it only shows the update button. All we need to do is spoof the browser to a mobile view. And look at that, now we can finally choose the version, that's awesome. This little trick actually worked perfectly. And there it is, the download button has appeared. Hey, I'm not a scammer or anything, okay? It's just a neat little hack. Okay, the ISO file is ready. Now time for a clean Windows reinstallation right from the ISO. Before we get started, Atlas strongly recommends backing up any important data first. Okay buddy, make sure to keep that in mind. Now, you can either reinstall Windows directly from the ISO you just downloaded, or create a bootable USB. The process is exactly the same as a regular Windows install. Now all we have to do is wait. Atlas doesn't require a fresh Windows install, but it highly recommends one. A clean system gives Atlas the best chance to apply its optimizations properly. And we're done, we now have a completely fresh installation of Windows 10. Before installing AtlasOS, make sure Windows is fully updated and install all drivers. Atlas recommends doing this first. Otherwise, future updates or drivers could overwrite some of its optimizations. Finally, restart your PC and make sure there are no updates left before moving on. Now download AME Wizard and Playbook from the official Atlas website. Since the latest playbook only supports Windows 11, I'll grab the older 0.4.0 version for Windows 10 from Atlas's GitHub instead. Okay, let's launch the AME Wizard. Next, select the Atlas playbook file right here. First off, we need to disable Windows Defender, and next. As you can see, we can customize quite a few features. You have the choice to toggle Windows Defender on or off. And what's really awesome is that we can even uninstall Microsoft Edge. Instead, we can choose Brave, LibreWolf, Firefox, or Chrome to use. Now, hit Next to start the Atlas configuration process, and let's wait a moment. Oh, look at that! The UI is already changing. We've got a cleaner, darker look, and the system is rebooting. Even the classic Windows Blue has been replaced with Atlas's purple. And that's it! Welcome to AtlasOS on my old HP machine. Everything looks pretty cool. Nice AtlasOS wallpaper right here. And the system has switched over to dark mode. Everything is still Windows, of course, but let's see what Atlas has actually changed. Right away, you can see the system is only using about 21 gigabytes of storage after installation Atlas. That's a pretty impressive number. Installed apps take up just 5 gigabytes with only 26 basic apps pre-installed. No unnecessary bloatware. When opening Task Manager. At idle, there are only around 60 background processes running. That's seriously impressive for a customized version of Windows 10. The CPU usage is also incredibly light. And what's even cooler is that the system is only using 1.5 gigabytes of RAM right now. That is super efficient compared to a stock Windows 10 installation. Alright, now if we look at stock Windows 10 freshly installed on this exact same hardware, as you can see, the storage has already swallowed up over 30 gigabytes. And applications take up nearly 7 gigabytes. Windows also comes with 38 pre-installed apps, many of which you'll probably never use. Over in Task Manager, there are about 130 background processes running for no good reason. And my single 4GB RAM stick is already more than half full, even though I haven't done a single thing yet. So, Atlas strips away a lot of modern Windows unnecessary bloat, saving hardware resources to give us a leaner and lighter OS. But here's what impressed me the most. The flexibility. Unlike pre-modded Windows ISOs where you're stuck with someone else's tweaks, Atlas let you toggle default Windows features on or off right during the setup process. But hey, that's just on paper. Does it actually feel smoother and snappier than stock Windows? Let's check with some real-world comparisons. First up, boot time. Atlas is slightly faster than stock Windows 10, but the gap isn't huge. Both boot up in about 8 seconds from the splash screen to desktop. Next, real-world performance. On Atlas, running a single 1080p YouTube video in Chrome is smooth. CPU hovers around 60%, and RAM sits at 2.3 gigabytes. Everything looks good. Pushing it further with 5 more YouTube tabs running simultaneously, the system surprisingly holds up. CPU only bumps to 70%, RAM hits 3.5 gigabytes, and playback remains perfectly watchable. Now, over to stock Windows 10. A single YouTube tab performs similarly to Atlas, but the moment I open 5 more tabs, things fall apart. The CPU immediately spikes to 100%. RAM hits 3.6 gigabytes, and the video starts stuttering and lagging. So we have a clear performance gap in the browser test. But what about gaming? Since this machine lacks a dedicated GPU, I'll be using Minecraft for the test. I'm using the same Minecraft 1.8.9 version with the render distance set to 8 chunks. Atlas gives us around 40 frames per second most of the time. The gameplay is decent and perfectly playable. When windowing the game, CPU usage stays just over 30% with RAM at 3.2 gigabytes. Stock Windows 10 delivers a pretty similar frame rate, though slightly lower, hovering around 35 frames per second. The gap isn't huge since this hardware is pretty weak, but it's enough to see that Atlas has a slight edge. And of course, stock Windows 10 chews through more RAM, sitting at 3.5 gigabytes while running Minecraft. So after today's experiment, it's clear that a computer's hardware stays the same over time. Only the software changes. Newer operating systems just keep getting bulkier, heavier, and more resource hungry. This old HP machine is pretty much past its prime, but after installing Atlas, real-world usability has definitely seen an improvement. While this isn't some miracle optimization that turns an ancient PC into a supercomputer, it does make our experience a bit smoother, a bit snappier, and a bit less resource heavy, especially on older hardware with a tight 4 GB of RAM like this. So now, would you give Atlas a shot on your machine? Let me know down below. Catch you later.